guys, Mustang here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we have the new burst mode on JP that released alongside all the Bardock stuff. Obviously, I've been a bit too excited with Bardock and showing him off straight away to actually do a video on this. So we are going to jump into the new burst mode, which is for the STR BOUJACK Dokkan Fest stage. So I have done the run already. I wanted to get a successful run in the books after experimenting with some of these different modifiers to kind of show you guys what I think would be the easiest way of doing this. So the easiest way, 100%, is to do, this is for the Space Traveling Warriors one specifically. That will have been in the title anyway. But so Space Traveling Warriors or Connected Hopes are the two categories. There are missions for beating it with a full team of both of those categories. Obviously you have to do it twice, and then all of the rest of the missions are just for the score, which is for getting up to 6,000 points. So you only need to get to 6,000. If you want to do more than that to set a high score, obviously that's up to you, but I've tried to pick the modifiers that I think would be the most successful. So we're only going to use STR types, Space Traveling Warriors, because it means we can use the coolers. And then you can see here all the other buffs. If it's a circle, you can only pick one from that particular bracket. If it's the square ones, you can pick multiple ones. So you want to look down these, pick a combination that enables you to get to 6,000 points, and then you're straight off to the rip. So no items and no support memories, I think, is a really easy, good one to do straight away. The allies key lowering one can be kind of annoying. Locking your units on rotation is my least favourite mechanic of all time. So one of the ones I think that you can put on straight away to get some extra big points is putting on this team cost one. 400 or less is actually very easy to do, and that's 600 points. And then what you want to prioritize is taking off the damage reduction for your particular typing, and then I would go for more of the defense-based buffs for the enemy and less of the attack-based ones, because even if it takes you longer to kill them, as long as they're not like one-shotting you with a super attack, then, you know, you are eventually going to beat the stage. There's no mission for doing it in a certain number of turns or a time limit or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and jump in. This is the team that I used. So full STR. Now, Hit doesn't have the leader skill, but he's giving 50% support to Extreme STR. You're going to have to be careful about him not getting hit super early on. But he does infinitely stack defense. So in the run, he does actually get hit by STR BOUJACK right at the end, and he only takes like a couple of thousand damage, so he can work here. Obviously, Jace is here for the Scouter effect, Raccoon and Guldo here to be a slot 1 defensive unit, because even without a Ginyu, they have a 50% chance to guard, and then BOUJACK's on the team for the support, and of course, STR EZA Cooler and the LR Cooler together. So let's go ahead and jump straight in, beat this run, get the 6,000 points and the Space Traveling Warriors mission. Okay, so here we are getting into the actual fight itself. Hopefully we can actually get the guard with Guldo and Raccoon. Completely forgot their name for a second. Let's go. Alright, so 8 orbs. Well, I guess it doesn't actually matter for you, right? Hit's here for the support. He's not on the leader skill for Cooler. So that could prove a little bit of an issue as we get towards the end, right? Like he's not going to be able to take hits. He's an infinite defensive stacking unit, and I'm not getting a super with him on his first turn. So not exactly the best, but he's going to be providing 50% support to everybody else. So obviously that is going to allow the cooler combos especially to just go absolutely crazy. Fortunately, with the debuffs and the buffs and that we've chosen, the enemy doesn't have like a huge amount of damage reduction, and we don't have like a huge amount of attack nerfing. So you can see here, Cooler getting these additional supers off. He's just absolutely tearing Goku to shreds here. And then no super, perfect. Alright, that gives us a chance to get some build up with our other rotation. We have the Scouter. Alright, so he is going to super in slot 1. Hopefully we can just finish him off here with the EZA Cooler. I think we probably can, right? Because we don't have, that's the thing, because we don't have all of the damage reduction and defense buffs on for the enemy. That's a big attack stat for, he's getting support, I guess, from everyone on the rotation, including himself, so yeah, pretty good. So pretty easy takedown of Goku. Trust me, when you pick the right, like, modifiers, you definitely see the difference, right? Like, you want to try and take off as many of the modifiers that are making the enemy hit you ridiculously hard. Because that's the thing, right? Like, I would much rather put on buffs that are making the enemy have more health and it takes me longer to kill them, as long as they're not, like, one-shotting me, basically. Because a lot of the units on this Space Traveling Warriors team, like the Coolers, are going to build up to having a significantly high amount of defense. But if you've put a ton of the damage modifiers on, you know, there's nothing to say that you don't get to, like, STR BOUJACK right at the end, and then he super attacks you in slot 1 and kills you. So I think it's probably best to prioritize the enemy defense and HP over the enemy's attack, because then, like I say, it doesn't matter if it takes you a little bit longer to actually kill them, as long as they're not killing you, then you're obviously going to be, you know, looking pretty good. So, Cooler, starting off the additional super attacks train here. If we get a couple, we might actually be able to take out BOUJACK straight off the bat, but we get a couple of additional normals. I mean, we're getting very close again to we're getting close to being able to have his passive built up. That's the other great thing about giving the enemies a ton of extra HP, is that Cooler gets to attack more, right? And the more Cooler attacks, the more built up he gets, the more powerful he's going to be later on. And obviously we build up towards that active skill as well, which potentially will come in super, super handy towards the end. Not just for the extra damage, but the fact that it has the action break effect as well. So that's going to be really good. I think if I just go all out targeting Zangya, we will kill her this turn, right? Because we need to protect hit in the last slot here. So how many orbs is that? 6. I won't be able to get the super for... I guess I'll have to get the STR orbs. I wanted to save the STR orbs for BOUJACK, but I suppose we don't really need a ton of HP back at the moment anyway. Because obviously you get the more HP back you get from same type orbs is reliant on the unit's defense. And so because hit isn't getting the leader skill, then he's not going to be getting, he's not going to have a lot of defense. So obviously he's not going to be healing us very much, but we didn't really need much healing anyway, so I guess it's fine. So Cooler getting the additional super here seals Zangya's fate. She will get killed by BOUJACK now. Very appropriate that Zangya's going to get killed by BOUJACK. And that leaves Hit perfectly fine in the last slot. Look at that. Additional from BOUJACK, able to take out Bedo as well. And then, yeah, Hit. Hey, we get the double super, so he's stacking that almost non-existent defense. Let's go. Alright, so super attack in the last slot, but guess what, buddy? You're not going to live that long. So, obviously we want Cooler to get off some attacks here. So we'll do this. I don't know why I didn't just give the STR to Cooler. He definitely has more defense than Raccoon Goldo at this point. But one more super attack for Cooler. And then that's you done, and we can move on to... Is it just one more phase? Actually, I can't even remember the last time I did the STR BOUJACK Dokkan event, because he was here alongside the minions, but... Okay, no, so there's going to be this one and then full power. So this is where it's going to be the toughest, right? Because we have AGL. So what is our defense? 539k, damn. And you have 553. So regardless of which way we slice it, getting supered in slot 1 is not going to be good. But do we use this opportunity then, I guess, to do this? Because if we use the active skill for Cooler... I might actually watch it. I haven't watched it for a while. If we use the active skill for Cooler, it action breaks one of the attacks at the start of the turn. So you never know. We could get lucky, and that could be where the super attack was. Because I think with the defense we have now, even though we haven't given the enemy a ton of attack up buffs, I feel like if he super attacks in slot 1, we die. I don't know that for sure. Unfortunately, no crit, which is a shame. I didn't actually check what the friend's hidden potential was, because my Cooler is built for full crit, which would have been very beneficial. I don't want to transform with BOUJACK here, because I want to get that extra support for the Coolers. So, don't super me in slot 1. Good. Okay, double digits. Right, that's fine. Super attack could still be bad, but I think we've picked the right amount of like enemy attack multipliers here though, where we're not taking insane amounts of damage. 17 million for LR Cooler. Okay, My goat. Look at this. No crits, though, from the friend. I need to... Oh, now he gets one, of course. I'll have to check his hidden potential, but... That's, and then 10.6 on the additional 12 key. See, Cooler, he can still go, man. Cooler is still good. Another super. My goat. So that's this phase done, right? I think even if he doesn't crit, maybe? Maybe he might need to crit. No, he doesn't. Alright, see you later, BOUJACK. So now it's time for full power BOUJACK. So yeah, this has definitely been a lot easier. I tried a couple of attempts before I started recording where I had a lot more of the attack multipliers on, because I didn't realise how low the team cost for this team actually is. And I thought that by using the team cost multiplier, it was going to kind of screw me over into having to use a worse team than I actually wanted to use. But this team fits perfectly under the, whatever the biggest one was, 400 or less, I think, was the one that gives you the most points. And this team fits perfectly under that. So that enabled me to take off a ton of the attack multipliers. So how much do you take here? Hopefully, I think they might need to guard still. I don't know. Were they guarding? They were. Double digit damage. Perfect. Alright, I think we're good. I don't know about hit though. Is hit gonna... Surely hit's not going to take like 300k from normal attacks or something, right? Because how much HP do we actually have currently? Yeah, 550. So he'd have to take, what, 275k from normal attacks to die at the end. Which is possible. And unfortunately, because we had one of the coolers off rotation at the start and had to float them around, it means that this one hasn't attacked enough to build up the active skill, which definitely would have been beneficial for the turn. Not so much for the action break on this turn, but just for the fact there would have been a ton of extra damage. Cooler going off though, you love to see it. But yeah, hit, I'm a little bit concerned about hit here. Double super though again, 0 damage. Alright, don't take 275k. Oh, perfect, there you go. Yeah, I definitely, I'll show it again at the end, because I showed it at the beginning, but I'll show it again at the end. The attack multipliers that we picked, I think, are absolutely perfect. So, are you going to end up with more defense? It all depends who super attacks more. As to who's actually going to take less damage from the super. I think we just let Cooler go first, right? Because then, I suppose it doesn't really matter which way round. Because STR Cooler has more of a chance to kill, but he's super attacking in the second slot anyway. So this should be the W. 17.7 million for Cooler. So yeah, I think we're probably pretty good here. Yeah, okay, never mind. 11.2. So there you go. That is the full STR Space Traveling Warriors run. Definitely prioritize lowering the enemy's attack with the multipliers that you choose, because that makes the whole thing so much easier. The first couple of attempts that I did, where I had most of the attack multipliers on, I didn't survive past the first or second turn, because if he supers you on the first turn, him supering in slot 1, he was doing over 1 million damage. So taking off the attack multipliers was definitely what we're looking for here. So there you go. That's our missions complete. Actually, if I click attempt again, is it going to show me the score multipliers? Yes. So there you go. Space Traveling Warriors, STR only. And then we had 400 or less team cost. We took off this enemy's attack and defense raised by 200%. So they can't be sealed, can't be attack lowered, can't be defense lowered. They reduce damage against all the typings except STR. So we turned that off so we could do more damage. Can't be stunned, 20% damage reduction, none of these extra attack bonuses. We were able to pick the lowest attack bonus in this bracket, which was only 50%, whereas the top one's like 250. And then we were able to give them 600% defense. I mean, that could have even been up to 100, and I don't think that run would have been any more difficult. And then, yeah, it means we didn't have to give them extra HP. We gave them the lowest modifier for this HP, and then obviously any damage of 100,000 or less was 0. And then there you go. So 6,000 points on the BOUJACK Burst Mode with the full Space Traveling Warriors team. Let me know what team build you guys picked down below. What combination of modifiers did you choose? Let me know all of that down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.